Now, using CER, who can tell me what is the first thing we're going to be writing? Emma? Not quite. What do we write first? Julia? Our claim. So what is our claim? Loud and proud. Okay, so people know that an octopus has a brain because, or not even because, people know that an octopus has a brain. That is our claim, just a simple little statement. Okay? That answers our question. Then what are we going to find, Noah?
We're going to find our evidence.
Our evidence, okay. And what is our evidence going to do?
Our evidence is going to help us with our response.
Help us with our response to support our
question.
Our
claim.
Claim. Excellent. Okay. So get started with that. Or you can say for the claim, an octopus does have a brain. During your response, you can say, we know this because this is shown when the article states. That is your evidence that goes for your response. Listen up. So, who can tell me why we're doing this CER? What does this help us do? Well, go ahead, Hunter.
It helps us because in fourth grade.
Around fourth grade, for the rest
of our lives.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're going to have to answer with responses.
Well, we're going to respond with what?
With evidence.
Mm-hmm. Have a question that asks you for a real response, not just A, B, C, and D, not just guessing because you might not know the answer. No, they're going to give you multiple lines to give a response, okay? And it's not even just a test, it's for the rest of your lives. Whatever job you're going to do, you're going to be a teacher, a police officer, a lawyer, a scientist, a doctor. You need to have evidence with whatever you're claiming. Whatever you are going to say needs evidence, always, okay? You're going to use this evidence to support your claim with a response. You need evidence, and we learned the other day what happens when somebody has a marker and other people have markers, and we ask, oh, who destroyed the London Gallery? When more than half the class blamed who? Before we had any evidence. And that goes to show you why the evidence was so important. Only one person guessed that Juliana had done it. One person. And then once we found the evidence, it showed that that one person was correct. Yes, Juliet, we know it was you. But the evidence is so important, guys. So when you're giving your answers, we always say, oh, don't just give us a little simple answer. What do we mean by that? We mean say part of your answer, make a claim, and then give us your evidence like we had just done. You need to have evidence for a real response. So right now, with the passage we had just read, you are going to give us our CER. We had already gotten started with, I've given you a question. How do we know that an octopus has a brain? You have to make a claim, which is a what? What is a claim? What is it? Thomas? A statement that what? That answers the question. A very simple answer. Very simple statement. Quick response. Then you're going to say your evidence. And where are we going to find the evidence? Off the top of our head? In our noodles? Out in the ocean? No. Where are we going to get the evidence, Rachel?
From the passage.
From the passage. And what are we going to do to this evidence before we write it down?
We're going to underline it.
Underline it. So you don't forget where it was. And then what do we do after? How do we find our response? What is it? Noreen?
Claim plus evidence.
Everyone say it. Claim plus evidence. Excellent. You're going to restate your claim, add the evidence into it to give yourself a proper response. Okay? So let's continue doing this now. Find more evidence, and then I'll give you guys about 2 more minutes, then I want to hear some people with their evidence, okay?
It will find an open place in box where it can hide. That's a no. Well, it doesn't say why it's why. It doesn't say. It says because it's thinking where it could rest, like better. You guys have a scientist game. That is science. That is science part of it. Let's go if they know how to protect themselves. Okay. So agriculture and now science. An octopus has a brain. They know how to protect themselves. I know this because they know how to protect themselves. An octopus does have a brain. I know this because the article states that the octopus knows how to protect themselves. The octopus does have a brain. An octopus has a brain. This is shown by scientists have found that a lovely animal has been showing sign of intelligence. Okay, that makes sense. So the next
So remember, tell each other what you like, what you don't like, why you like it, why you don't. Excellent. Now, I want to hear, even if you're not finished quite yet, I want to hear some responses. And all of you are going to listen, and maybe you're going to get a few ideas from their responses, just like you do with your partners, okay? So, everyone's attention is on this group. Sarah.
An octopus does have a brain. Scientists have found that an unlikely animal has been showing signs of intelligence.
And what animal is that?
None.
Make sure to include that. Go ahead, keep going.
At one point of the article,
At one point in the article, excellent.
a scientist gave octopuses puzzles or little boxes with latches. The octopuses figured out how to open the latches.
The octopuses figured out how to open the latches. Now, what do we need to add to the end of that sentence? We said what they said. Now we have to describe what that means, right? What does it mean that they opened up the latches? That they're using they're using their brains. They have some sort of intelligence. How else did they figure out the boxes? I don't know about you guys, but if I was going to go bring that box home to my dog or to another wild animal, they might not be able to figure it out as well. Or what if I give that box to this table? Is the box going to get open? No, why not? The table doesn't have a brain, okay? Or doesn't have the intelligence to figure it out, depending on the animal. Next one, let's hear another one. Everyone's attention is on Juliet. Go ahead, what do you guys say?
An octopus has a brain. This is shown where